Welcome back to the New York Times Close-Up and the city's public advocate, Betsy Gotbaum. A decision that you don't have to make, but might had you been mayor, or might if you're ever in office again, and that is how to balance the budget. The mayor has proposed the possibility of a sales tax increase. Is that something you would support?
Well, no, I actually don't. I think a sales tax increase hits the people who can least pay for it the hardest. I would actually support a tax on people making over $250,000 a year. I think that's a really, it's not a happy thing for anyone to do. I think the mayor's right. He's going to have to make some serious cuts and look at other ways of increasing revenue. But a sales tax really does hurt people that can't afford it.
So an income tax surcharge in effect?
An income tax surcharge, yes, if that's a better way of calling it.
One of the things the mayor has also proposed is asking the unions to do more, particularly on pension benefits and health benefits. Is that something you support?
Yes, and well, I support having a dialogue, beginning to talk about how we can fix some of the pension issues and some of the health care issues, health benefit issues, because I think we have very generous benefits, and I think going forward this is a huge drain on the city's economy. I think we have to have those discussions. You can't just impose them, but we have to talk it through with the unions, and it should be part of the negotiations.
Well, they would be subject to collective bargaining.
They would indeed, yes.
And you would support the unions giving something back on that?
I would support listening to the dialogue, finding out what it really means. If it means the new class of New York City employees coming in having to pay more on their pensions and on their health benefits, I would probably support that. I would wait for the mayor to take the lead on that, the mayor and the controller. But I would certainly be open to looking at that. I don't think you can impose that without dialogue and without contract negotiations.
Governor Patterson said the other day that he was going to renew his efforts to impose bridge tolls, or at least impose the Ravitch Commission report to fund the MTA. Are you in support at this point of the bridge tolls?
Yes, I am. I'm in support of the bridge tolls. I think the Ravitch Commission came out with an excellent report. We all have to pay more. Unfortunately, there's a huge gap in the budget for the MTA, and I think it needs to be done fairly. I mean, nobody wants to have tolls on the bridges, but we've got to make sure that our mass transit is working right. And I think the Ravitch Commission, and I think Dick Ravitch did a fantastic job, and I think we should all get behind him and support him.
Are you disappointed in how well or not the governor has done so far?
Well, I think the governor's done really well. I think he hit a little snag in the road there with the appointment of the new senator, but I think he'll get back. David is a very smart, very caring, and a very funny man, and people like that, and they like him, and I think he'll pull it out. I think he's got the right idea about the budget. I think there'll be some more snags in the road, but I think you'll begin to see him start to soar.
Are you the only person in New York State whose name wasn't being considered for the Senate?
Yes, I am the only person who did not get that phone call, and I wasn't being considered.
Why?
You'd have to ask the governor that question.
What about the woman he picked as senator, Ms. Gillibrand? Have you met her?
Oh yeah.
What do you think of her?
Well, I was with a group of my friends who lived up in upstate New York, and we gave a fundraiser for Kirsten when she first ran in 2006. So I met her then and got to know her. She is a very capable public official, and she will be. Nobody should ever sell Kirsten short. She's going to work hard. You can see that she's coming to some of the issues that we care about, that I care about. She's moving to our side of the ladder, so to speak, because she has to. She represents the whole state, and she represents this city. And guns, the illegal guns to us are a very important issue. Immigration issues are very, very important. I've already seen Kirsten move. I've met with her and heard how she's now looking at all these issues to change her.
Let me ask you about immigration, an issue that she has been in the forefront of and that you have locally. Now this is a second publication you have under your belt.
Yes.
What is this one?
This is a second publication, and I'm particularly proud of this publication, which Susie Hahn in our office worked on, and it's brilliant. It's the first of its kind in New York City. It was all done with private money, and we've had 60,000 requests for it. We have a plan to distribute it, and it basically talks about what benefits, which category of immigrants are available, what benefits are available for them. And it's there to help immigrants understand if they're eligible for food stamps, How do you get food stamps? What are the various things with children who may or may not have been born in this country? What are they eligible for? It's a very good guide, and I'm very, very proud of it. And I hope that the whole city will get a chance to look at it as we move forward.
Is it available online, and in how many different languages?
It is available online, and it's in 7 different languages. I think it says, yes, 7. And we urge everybody to call us, ask us for it. We're trying to do a distribution system. This is a huge city, but we will be going to the various communities. We're going to the Russian community in Brighton Beach. We'll be going in Flushing to the Korean communities, the Chinese communities, the Bengali communities, Spanish, of course, and we'll be doing a huge campaign for the next 10 months on this.
Betsy Gotbaum, the New York City Public Advocate, thank you for joining us. Coming up after the following messages, Generation B columnist from the New York Times, Michael Weinberg.